Good morning. It is Hannah from Communication Wise, and thank you for watching. I am on here because I wanted to follow up on my video earlier this week when I talked about pushy people and how to deal with them. And I know that I am putting a lot of responsibility on yourself, and I do this with a reason. And because, when I said like pushy people, take off the label pushy, because you're not helping yourself with doing that, because now you put them in a little box and you feel a certain way about it, which is not going to help you, it's not going to help the conversation, and it's not going to help the other person if you care about their needs also. But that's just part of the story, right? Because and I do want to tell you, I used to be a total conflict avoider and an accommodator because I didn't care so much about my own needs. I really felt like what everybody else was needing from me, and I was just happy to give it. But I really wasn't happy to give it because I never thought about my own needs and what it was that I actually wanted or get out of, the situation at hand. So I'm following up on my video, how to deal with pushy people, because because in the meantime, I was in a webinar, and this was all about peace, how to maintain the peace. And these are the authors and people that work with Crucial Conversations and Crucial Confrontations, and those are books that I really, really love. And so I was in this webinar, and the first speaker says, when you want to maintain the peace, you have to set some boundaries and hold those boundaries. And I was like, wow, that's so cool, because I was just talking about how to deal with pushy people, and I did mention it, but I maybe have not mentioned it clearly enough, how important boundaries are when we are dealing with basically any difficult conversation or just a situation that you're all of a sudden in, and you are not sure what to do with this. So this speaker told the people in the group about his encounter with a taxi driver. So he had taken a flight from the US to the UK. And when you've ever done that, you know that is draining. And I do it every year, but not this year, thanks Corona. But I go see my family in the Netherlands, so it's like a transatlantic flight. So this guy had taken this transatlantic flight, got out of the airplane and hopped into a taxi to go into the city. And so the taxi driver noticed that this man had an American accent, and the taxi driver himself had like an accent from like a Middle Eastern country. So apparently this was in a time that that like the US had done stuff, aggressive things in the Middle East. And so the taxi driver was very, very upset, and he started raging about the situation, the political situation, and the situation on like a country or world level. So now this man was very tired because he just had come out of the airplane and he got into the taxi, and was also a busy man. So he was going to, teach a training about how to have crucial conversations, or like crucial confrontations and difficult conversations. So he really didn't want to engage, but at the same time he was like, wait, when I am this person teaching, I should be able to handle this now and handle it well. So he told the taxi driver, he said, stop right there. I can see that you're very upset. I can see that you have a lot to say. And I am willing to listen to you. When you abide by these rules, you speak for 10 minutes and I will listen fully to you. I speak for 10 minutes and you will listen to me. And then, if we need, we're going to talk about it some more. And so this taxi driver thought about it and he was like, fine. So he started, and then he had his 10 minutes. The guy stopped him. He had his 10 minutes and he said, we had a very pleasant conversation and we sort of connected on a deeper level. We never, we can't solve world issues by ourselves, but we created understanding, and that is all you need to have a pleasant conversation. To have that pleasant conversation at hand. So he says, how you talk about an important subject and why you're talking about an important subject is very important before you actually have the conversation about the content, about the subject at hand. So I thought that was really cool, and that it also connected to my video earlier this week, how to deal with pushy people. Well, set some boundaries, right? Because when they barge in and they tell you they need this right now, actually they needed it yesterday, or somebody's dropping something on you because they're very emotional, then it is so important to, acknowledge that they are, some sort of like in a hurry, and also acknowledge that you haven't thought about the issue. You have not prepared yourself. You don't even know what you want and why you want what you want. So give yourself some time, and I just wanted to say and follow up on my earlier video that conflict resolution is possible when you really, really, really are aware of how you are entering in that conversation or that negotiation, and that when you set boundaries, hold the boundaries. When you say 10 minutes, keep it to 10 minutes, And this is something that I do all the time, because when I facilitate in the courthouse and I facilitate meetings where there's a lot of tension, a lot of emotions, I am very clear. I set the boundaries before anybody has ever spoken said anything, because I give them the rules and I thank them for coming, and I say, so this person is going to speak now, then that person is going to speak, and depending on how many people there are, I tell them exactly how and when everything is going to happen, and I say, and then we're going to open it up for discussion so everybody gets to say whatever they need, which is very cool and very important because it calms everyone down. Now we know how it's going to go, and I don't need to worry that I can, express what I need to express, because I will. So this was a follow-up on my earlier video, and I'm hoping this is helpful. I am going to put it in a blog and then post my blog. Today is Thursday. I'm going to post it tomorrow, and it will be about boundaries. And I would love to hear your comments, what you have to say, if you can relate to this. And then thank you for watching for now, and I will see you back here. Bye.